I've had to liaise with the police again. There is a campaign led by my ex-partner to have me killed. I'm not even exaggerating. A campaign being organized, starting with my ex-partner, whose name is Stacey Bluer, spreading lies, maliciously communicating with people, spreading lies of the worst kind, that I'm a child molester, all sorts of things along those lines, all in the hope to have me dispatched with. I've generally tried to maintain what they call a dignified silence, because the accusations, the allegations are so ridiculously evil and malicious, to even confirm or deny them is to give them energy. But there comes a point where your dignified silence doesn't slow it down, the energy doesn't go away, the campaign, the psychological operation ramps up, and I'm here to give you guys a few brutal facts, so that next time I'm out filming, either by myself or with my friend, exactly Ralph, or with my bodyguard and friend Fred, it's going to be different from now on. First of all though, let's come clean. Let's come clean, because many people want to know. Let's tell them. 10 years ago, I was convicted. 10 years ago, I accepted a conviction of assault against the ex-mother of my, the ex-partner, the mother of 3 of my children. Why did I do that? Because I'm stupid and I was being abused. But to give you guys the full facts, just like many other men out there who were with a very difficult, often violent woman, you don't know how to deal with it. You can't hit them back, you can't do anything, and you're too warped because you've got children together to just leave, to just disappear and withdraw yourself from the situation. So after about, 2 or 3 years of being randomly assaulted, punched in the face, hit on the back of the head with objects, worried for my life domestically that any moment a weapon could be thrust into my throat and just being hit, there was one day when it got bad and I stupidly, after being smacked around the face a few times, and I'm a big guy, if I wanted to hurt people, I could hurt people. After being smacked around and not knowing what to do, I pinned her down and I said, "Stop hurting me. I'll mess you up if you just keep hurting me." She phoned the police and I meekly accepted the punishment, pled guilty, like many men. And you know what? I had bail conditions not to go back to the house. What did Stacey do? Of course, the very same afternoon, "Oh, please come back, we'll sneak you in, we'll break bail." So yeah, I was with my children every day during the bail conditions by the woman who then wouldn't say, "Oh, I'll tell the police that I was hitting you." No, she and her father and her mother, no, make sure Charlie pleads guilty. He's not going to see the kids again. He's caused us enough trouble. I wish I could turn back time. I was so much younger then. I was 10 years younger. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have any status, because abused men, when you're messed up in the head, you don't then tend to do well financially. And the good news is, it's all on record. In my police interview, I answered no comment to everything except one question, where I asked a hypothetical question. I said, what's a man meant to do when he doesn't want to go to the police? He doesn't know how to handle a woman who keeps hitting him, and then one day he snaps and pins her down. And they left that out of the court statements. They lied and said that I answered no comment to everything. Not true. Now, why did I plead guilty? Why does anyone do anything stupid to hurt themselves? You're not in a good mental place. So this very same woman who, had 2 children with me, then apparently I'm this terrible wife beater. What did she do? She stayed with me for a few more years and had another child, which is exactly what you do with someone that's beating you, isn't it? So fast forward now, the end of 2024, 2025. As you're all aware, after years of unhappiness, and even before the YouTube picked up again and I was doing controversial videos, my ex-partner randomly would, for no reason, not let me see the children for a full month, a full 2 months. Holidays that were planned, "Oh, we'll go to Disneyland Paris," that I put the deposit down, and then all of a sudden, "No, you're not allowed to see the kids, you're an evil man, get your effing name off that Disneyland trip." I'm like, okay. And then I met Laura, who's been amazing for me. And isn't it funny when the person who is psychologically and physically abusing you, who has this malicious heart, who, because I'm a man, because I'm center-right, because I'm a libertarian, because I'm a capitalist, and she's a committed communist lefty, and she's getting worse, she wants me dead. She wants me to be beaten up, kidnapped, killed. We have emails, which I've given to the police of her telling me to kill myself, giving me instructions at my lowest psychological health, when I was in the gutter, and then a woman writing me emails telling me I need to kill myself repeatedly. Those messages are with the police. And another thing, Laura and I got violently assaulted in the what's it called, the Trafford Centre, about a year and a half ago, of people who are watching Stacey's messages on her TikTok calling me a child molester, which of course I'm not. And this is why I've not addressed it, because, you know, what else are you going to say? He's eaten 18 children. He's got the skins of babies in his basement. He's a mass rapist. It's like, you don't need to answer it. But when it's starting to affect the people I love, putting my baby Ralph at mortal danger, Stacey liaising with Antifa, the lefties in Manchester, to have me kidnapped and murdered. But the modus that they want to do is in a large crowd, come up behind me and bash my skull in with a hammer, because she is out there every week telling the world, oh, he's not allowed to see his children. There's another lie. Big lie. The scumbag, I'm a good father. I'm not perfect. I'm a good dad. I'm dedicated. I love my children very deeply. To even have to say this pisses me off. I'm a good dad. And, you know, when she started this whole, oh, you can't see them for X, Y, and Z, I took her to family court. I took the mother of 3 of my children to family civil court. And let me tell you about my experiences there. Oh, and the reason I did start court proceedings to see my 3 children is that the scumbag ex, she's like, oh, you're not seeing them until you go to court. So, okay, started court proceedings. They took one look at it. They're like, look, what the hell? Mother, do you agree that Charlie can see them at this stupid effing contact center for 2 hours every week? She agreed. It was a start. When you're not seeing your children, you'll accept anything. It's like that scene in Dumbo, you know, where the mother's in the cage and she can only hold Dumbo through the bars. And women do this because they get away with it. Society encourages them. Oh yeah, damsel in distress. Oh, poor single mother against this evil, straight, white man. So, court proceeded. I saw my kids for 2 weeks. It was beautiful. 2 hours with them. Fair enough, it was in a kind of prisoner visitor's room, you know, like jail. Prisoner, you've got 2 hours with your kids. But when you hadn't seen them for a few months, it was heaven. It was the nectar of the gods, seeing my children. Court continued for a few months. I'm trying to see them. She's raising allegation every week, new allegations, upping the ante. You know, evil, vile child molester, like blah, blah, blah. The children are not safe around. Bullshit. And I, of course, denied it. You know, of course. There's things you can't deny because they're on the public record. You know, that I stupidly pled guilty to assault 10 years ago when I wasn't. I was defending myself. But I'm sure there's many men out there who will agree that you do stupid things for love, for trying to keep the family together, for trying to keep someone that you think is not well out of harm's way. As her accusations escalated and became more bizarre and more strange, the court kept asking me, look, you can't just deny it. And I said, well, yeah, I can. It's not true. That did not happen. They're like, no! And I got shouted at by the judge. 2 different judges literally shouting at me like I'm a stupid little boy in court, humiliating me. And they were like, no, you need to pad out your denials. I said, well, what do you mean? Like, if you didn't do it, you say it didn't happen. And then they said something very ominous to me. They're like, oh, yeah, look, you need to pad it out. And civil court doesn't operate like criminal court, Mr. Veach. We do what's called a balance of probabilities. So we take her allegations, we get your detailed denials, and then we make a decision as to whether it happened or not. And then they said something even more ominous. They said, oh, wait a sec. They're like, oh, Mr. Veach, these are very serious allegations. You know, if this doesn't go your way, you know, like if we decide that on the balance of probabilities, you are guilty of these outrageous lying allegations, there is a chance we'll do a banning order, as in we could side with the mother and ban you from seeing your own children. And it was at that stage, hey mate, all good, thank you. Oh, I'm hot, thank you. And it was at that stage where I told the family court, you obviously in more polite and professional wording than you can all go fuck yourselves, I will pursue my own children my own way. I got punished for seeking state help to try and see my children. Oh yeah, I'm rewinding slightly. Stacy, the scumbag mother of 3 of my children, for no reason, she stopped me seeing them at the contact center, and she said very clearly, even if the court says you can have them twice a week overnight, I will never let you see them. And now I had to weigh this up. You've got a single mother in Salford with 3 children, and you're an infamous, somewhat famous YouTuber with all these massive allegations, and I just didn't see it working in my favor. Doesn't work well for straight white men in this shithole, woke, corrupt, Islamist, communist, filleting country. And so it's left me with this bad taste in my mouth. So my advice, unfortunately, for any fathers out there being effed around like this, is pursue your own means. The family court exists to humiliate you, take away the last tiny bit of power or dignity that you thought you had. They'll find the ones that you didn't even know that you had, that little bit, that bit inside your heart. They'll rip that from your chest. They'll shout at you. They'll threaten you with contempt of court if you stand up for yourself. And they'll let you know exactly where you, as a father, lie on the social hierarchy in this feminized, Islamized piece of shit country. So I pulled out of court. I started sending my children presents directly. I started writing to them very regularly, beautiful cards, writing in there, I will see you again, I love you guys, I think about you 80 to 100 times a day. What did the mother do? She threw all the presents, all the cards in the bin, and who knows what poison she is feeding them about me. So we're at the stage now. Sorry if my thoughts are jumping around, it's hard to maintain composure. Because of Stacy's lies, malicious lies to try and get me injured, Laura and I were attacked and beaten up. Okay, I got him good, I did get him good. But Laura got quite badly hurt. And I was trying to get the evil witch off Laura, but her boyfriend kept throwing punches at me. And that was because, you know, they're friends with Stacy. She's liaising with them, egging them on, firing them on. How do I know this? The evil Stacy told me this afterwards. So she's sending these messages all over TikTok to the whole lefty communist community, which hate me anyway, because I show them for what they are, deluded fantasists. And so they have to try and destroy me. And every time I'm out filming alone or with Fred and there's a crowd and they do that whole child molester shit, it's to try and get me beaten up. It's to try and get me killed. It's to ensure that people try and, you know, injure my children. And this is what hurts me the most, is that this stupid woman, Stacy, she doesn't realize that by doing this, she is hurting her own, my own, our own children, the 3 perfect, innocent children that have to go to school every day with a mother saying this about their father. This is a video I did not want to make. I do still kind of believe in the dignified silence, but we are at war. It's a psyops. Psyops to get the real world people to kill me, to seriously injure me. And here's the best thing, is like, she hates me, she wants me dead, yet she's very happy to accept the large sums of money I send to her for my children each month. And you know how that affects a man, that you're funding someone who hates you. You're giving them money for your children that you're not even allowed to see. And they always demand more, it's never enough. And then if you say, oh, I'll have the children twice or thrice a week, I'll feed them, look after them, clothe them, they're like, no, just send more money. So you just turn into a money bag. So it all comes to a head a week ago when I get a strong knock at the door at 1 o'clock in the morning. 2 officers from Greater Manchester Police coming in hurriedly saying, Charlie, your life is in danger. This is an Osman warning, this is a threat to life notice. Our officers who are, you know, tasked with finding intelligence have found intelligence that there is a plot to kill you, to do you serious harm. And we all know, and I've had to come clean with the police. They've been in my house, they're monitoring my house, and I've given them everything. All the emails. Stacey telling me to kill myself. The video of Stacey attacking me with a kitchen knife. The video of Stacey chasing me with a baseball bat down the street, saying that she's going to kill me. And my crime was to go and pick up the children. A scheduled and organized pickup. And I didn't want it to come to this. This is airing my dirty laundry. This is bringing the inside private life, things which put my children at risk, out into the open. But there comes a point where the dignified silence doesn't work anymore. When your enemies, your ideological enemies, feel that they found some meat on... Hello, mate, hello. They feel that they found some meat on a bone to get their teeth into. And they see how annoyed I get, because it is frustrating. You're out there trying to film, and then people trying to get your head smashed in by creating a crowd. Oh, and this also goes out to that fat, inbred, virgin, young British boy, but I think he may be of a Pakistani heritage, who followed me with his gang, for about 10 minutes, screaming off the top of his head that I'm a child molester. The police have instructed me that that's not safe. You cannot let a crowd form around you with people saying that. Someone will come running in because they want to be the big hero of the hour, getting the evil Charlie Veitch. So I've instructed my bodyguard Fred, I've told the police, and they agree, that if someone, and this is going to be happening on Saturday, if someone starts screaming that, they are trying to do me serious harm, and we will use force against you. And that, like, this is not threats. This is about the evil mother of 3 of my children, and how she's hurting my children, and how I would do anything to spend time with them again, and how I've had to suffer. And I don't mind suffering. That's my job as a man. I was built to suffer. I was built to be hit. I was built to go to war. I was built to take on the suffering of my children. But what I can't cope with is if my children miss me. I hope they don't. That sounds awful, but I hope they don't miss me, because it hurts. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. But we need peace now. This is obviously going to be seen by Stacey Bluer, the mother of 3 of my children, hopefully by her parents as well, who have facilitated and allowed this to continue for far too long. Now you might be asking, what do people in their 60s have to do with a crazy woman in their mid-30s? They're very close. And they help her so much because, well, but they've obviously had to side with her, even though they know she's doing all this evil, illegal stuff. We've had the meeting with the police. We've given all the evidence over of all the malicious communications of trying to get me to kill myself and going out there telling the world that I should be killed. And enough is enough now. Enough is enough. I need to see my children. Court wasn't the way to do it. They can go fuck themselves. I get so angry the way I was treated by the court system. The threat. Oh, if it doesn't side with you, we'll do a banning order on you. Fuck you. Fuck you. The world is changing very fast now. And for me, for 2025, all I want for Christmas, all I want for summer, is to see my children twice a week like I did, 3 times a week like I did. They stay over Wednesday, Saturday, and I take them out for lunch on Monday. It was the happiest time of my life. I have a beautiful new son, Ralph. I have a woman who loves me very deeply, Laura, great mother. And for them, for Ralph and Laura, why should their lives be put in danger because of a scumbag who wants to have me beaten up or killed? Why should my children, who are still with that scumbag, suffer the indignity of going to school every day with their classmates, knowing the lies that their mother says about their father? I'm sure I've missed a lot of stuff out. If I have, I'll think about it and I'll do a follow-up video. But it's with the police now. I'm done with this. I'm done with maintaining a silence against the lies. I'm done with people thinking it's okay to shout that at me in the city centre. As I say, I've instructed my bodyguard, and I've got another bodyguard now, instructed them to use reasonable force if someone is trying to get a crowd to hurt me. You can't be saying that in public. It's not free speech. when it's a lie designed to have someone killed, and it's escalating. This is Charlie Veach in Blackburn. Thank you for listening. Sorry if I went on for too long. It's very difficult for me to say these things.